Hey folks, so it seems the big topic at the minute is the good old C19 jab. This is the current status of New Zealand's cases and deaths and recoveries. So for a deadly, super deadly, highly contagious bug that we've got causing this pandemic, this is our status at the moment. So New Zealand has opted for the company called Pfizer to supply the jab. So a lot of people are asking me, why aren't I getting it? And you must be crazy risking your life not to get this life-saving jab that can protect us from this deadly virus. But I'm just going to show you a couple of reasons why I'm not really concerned. Not only just do I have a good immune system, but I'm not really in the age bracket of the C19 target. But yeah, we're going for Pfizer. Now, you probably heard that Pfizer's not the most reliable company out there. It's had a history of a decent criminal court history. It's been in and out of the courts quite a bit. It doesn't instill a lot of trust in me anyway. That's just one of the reasons. So New Zealand's really good at recording as C19 data, and you can find it here in this health.govt.nz. You can go through. I quite like looking at stats and figures and things like that. What I was talking about before, how I'm not really in the age bracket of C19 deaths, or the target age that really hammers. You can see here in the red, deceased is the line up here, 50 to 59. You sort of got your bigger red bars here. In the 70 to 90 plus really is, that's sort of the range where you sort of can be taken out by this. So these are just cases by age. So looks like this here, 20 to 29 is the cases. 24% of all the cases in this age bracket. No deaths there. No deaths in the 30 to 39. No deaths in 40 to 49 either. So if you're in this bracket, at least in New Zealand so far, you've done pretty well. Good on you. Down here, you got your male, female stats. No gender fluidity options there. Yeah, and this is the ICU. So all those cases that you see up here, and 19 in ICU. So yeah, tying up a lot of hospital beds. 130 there. I don't know how many ICU units there are in New Zealand. Take it there's quite a few. When you do go get the jab, or even if you want to check out before you go get it, New Zealand, like most other countries around the world, have a reporting website. So you can, it's called the adverse effects following immunisation reports. So this is the medsafe.govt.nz. You can go and check it out if you're interested, just to see. They update this weekly as well, but you can see how many doses have been administered up until 8th May. You can also see quite a semi-detailed description here of what happened. These are just basically reports that people have, they're not forced to fill out, but it's good to fill them out. The people in the future, if they want to see the risks involved or adverse reactions, they can make an informed choice. And it tells you down here, it gives you a few stats, what the most frequently reported adverse effects are from this C19 jab, and definitions. It's quite good to read through this. Serious adverse event following immunisations, and AFI is considered serious if it is a medically important event or reaction, requires hospitalisation or prolongs an existing hospitalisation, causes persistent or significant disability or incapacity, is life-threatening. That's quite a serious result. But there's only been 4 so far in New Zealand, and they haven't. They may have got the jab, but they're putting it down as other things. They died from other things. So anyway, serious adverse reactions are quite interesting to see. Each week they update the serious reactions as well as the non-serious. You're looking at the non-serious ones: headaches, sore where the needle went in, this sort of thing, fever, nausea, flu-like illnesses, all those sort of things. Non-serious. And the 12 serious for this particular week were described as, 4 of them were described as allergic reactions. There was 1 report for chest discomfort, Bell's palsy, a seizure, and myocarditis, vertigo, and hearing loss. Sadly, we're also reporting the deaths of 2 things, but that was just a coincidence, I think. All 4 deaths were just a coincidence. But you can actually go through each week and see all these stats. It's really interesting, quite a lot. I don't really, that's pretty serious, no wonder it's in the report, but stroke. There's a few serious ones each week that come up. It's averaging around about 10 or 20 serious adverse reactions each week. You can see, if you click on the vaccine reports, you can go through and see each week. Here's the initial week when they started jabbing people, and as of the 22nd, so the next one will be coming out tomorrow, up to including the 22nd of May, they've done 530 doses, 149 that were serious, so that's your hospitalisation, strokes, and paralysis, hemorrhaging, so very interesting to see. And there's only 3,500 non-serious ones, so I'm not sure what the reporting rate is in New Zealand. So out of the 530 doses, you know, how many are reporting? I don't think that information is given. I do know in America they have their one, and that's quite low. They're at around about 1 to 2% reporting rates. This is their reporting vaccine adverse reactions reporting system, vaccine adverse event reporting system. So they've had 6,100 patients that have died. I think tells you here. It's quite detailed. In an American version, they've got the age 65, female. She died 2 days after the vaccination. Tells you basically how she died. It's quite interesting to see 0 days after vaccination. I don't know, it means it's the same day, I guess. Tells you what happened. So yeah, there's a few thousand deaths to look through. But you can check that out yourselves. I mean, that's just me. I quite looking at the other side of the coin of what I guess the main stories are on the news. I like to look at the other side, like what's not being reported. New Zealand, the deaths, unfortunately, sadly, although the average age is around about 80 years old, are still people, and it's not good. Death's never a nice thing, and our heart goes out to the families of the people that have died. And but it is interesting to note the people that have died from C19 in New Zealand. A lot of them had underlying health conditions. You know, they're it's very sad to read, but yeah, with an average age of 80, and most of the people that succumbed to it all had, or most had underlying health conditions. You know, that's pretty good reason for me not to worry about getting the jab. I don't really want to end up with any of these. I don't want to take a chance of any side effects when I'm actually quite healthy at the moment. I don't want to put myself at risk. It's fair enough if people want to do it. That's good. It's good that we still have a choice. You know, I'm not really in this group of people here on the right hand side of this graph. So yeah, that's all from me. I thought it's interesting. I'll leave the links below in the description. I'm picking that this video might get taken down, but yeah, it is what it is, and that's why I'm not taking it. Good luck to you all. Keep smiling.